Changing your behavior to avoid distracted driving can make more positive differences in your life than you probably realize.
Hi, I'm Mike Pitcher. As a former executive in the fleet industry, my friends and colleagues knew that I was really passionate about two things: leadership and distracted driving. In the industry and distracted driving, there are untold deaths and injuries that occur all the time. I happened to meet my friend here, Chance Mason, who's the principal at Tempest, when we were doing video work and things on leadership in my book, The 7 Elements. I started to talk to Chance a little bit about what happens every day with distracted driving and why it's such a critical issue and how people should pay attention. And my friend Chance kind of hit me back and said, "Hey, Mike, this made a difference. So I'd like to just have a discussion. What happened and what'd you change?"
Yeah, no, it made a massive difference in my life because I had no idea how distracted I was with my phone, right? And then after that meeting that we had, I think it was on a Friday, it was a Thursday or Friday, I drove home and said, you know what, I'm gonna put my phone down and I'm gonna see what happens.
Yep.
And I put my phone down. I found myself no longer pumping my brakes at every red light, almost about to rear end somebody. I found myself not swerving near as much as I used to.
Yep.
And then the weekend came about and then we went into the Saturday. And when we went into Saturday, I had the kids in the car. I always texted with my kids in the car. I never realized how stupid it was until I told them out loud and said, hey, I'm not gonna do this anymore because I think it's endangering us. So I put my phone down. I come to find out, I actually had conversations with my kids 15 to 30 minutes longer a day, just about general stuff because I wasn't distracted looking at a phone. I was looking at the road and I was talking to my kids. It really changed our ride and our conversations together.
You also said it had an impact on your productivity because you weren't trying to do several things at one time.
Yeah, so I'm dyslexic. So I struggle anyway with writing letters and things of that nature. So my text sometimes can be completely a mess, right? And like I send the wrong message because I'm typing real fast and I can't get the right message in and the red light turns green and you hit send and then you confuse your team. So as a leader, I was causing more problems in the field and with my team than I was helping them by sending fractional messages that were sending the wrong message.
Yep.
They would respond to that message, try to act on that message, and what I did was just waste hours of people's time.
Yeah. And there's one other thing you mentioned to me about your son later calling you out on it.
Yeah.
And I'd really like you to share that with the audience.
Yeah. So I was, I remember I was headed to Chick-fil-A to get him breakfast, and I grabbed my phone, and I look at it, and he literally grabs it out of my hand, and I'm like, dude, what do you think you're doing, touching my phone? He's like, you promised me you would not text and drive anymore. So it's something that we've implemented in our household, and it's changed my life. And honestly, I'll tell you, last week, we were doing a shoot, and my daughter was up here because we have school at home now.
Yep.
So I told her she could do school at the studio. We were driving home. We were in the right-hand lane on a 2-lane road, and literally, we almost got hit. I had to swerve off the road to the right, and literally was on the side of the road, hammering my horn, and I looked to the left, and it's a guy in a white pickup truck on his phone.
On his phone.
And literally, we had to get off the road and then back on. And again, it was a chance to tell my daughter, hey, you see why we don't do that.
So yeah, I've been on Georgia 400 where I've seen somebody in one hand holding an iPod and the other holding an iPhone driving. And you're on the road with those people.
Yep.
The reason we wanted this message is it's October and it's Distracted Driving Awareness Month. I have always committed that I think the biggest impact is one-on-one conversations. So as we are in October, have those conversations with people that you care about. Tell them really about the importance of not driving distracted. Because every single day in America, on average, 9 people are killed because of distracted driving. It won't be him because his son's next to him telling him what he can and can't do. But the message is simple. Have the conversations. Be a safer driver. Thanks, Chance.
Thank you, Mike.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.